a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I got to be honest with you. Spider-Man's my favorite.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I got to be honest with you. I like Spider-Man, but also I can tell you on good authority that Bran has several Spider-Man costumes in his household right now.
Hi, I'm Dan, and I got to be honest with you. Spider-Man is not my favorite, but Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Wow. And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas, Rye Guy.
Boy.
Pardon me?
Merry Christmas.
Oh, same to you. May we be the first.
Pardon me.
Well, I
In my
just like,
defense, it is
July?
May. No, it is May.
It's May.
In my defense.
It's May.
So
it's going to be May.
really around in the corner.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. I know you're getting excited.
Oh, I've been thinking about it. Although I gotta be honest,
It's May. It's Star Wars. It's May the 4th. May the 4th
May
be
the
with
4th.
you. That's today.
That's today?
Yeah, I believe
May
so.
the 4th.
Why doesn't Mandalorian and Grogu come out to like?
Would make
this
sense.
week?
Guys, I'm
Right.
watching Mandalorian with my kids.
Are you?
How's that been going?
I watched the first 2 seasons when it came out and abruptly stopped. To tell you what I feel about the show, I don't hate it. I just don't need it.
I like the first 2 seasons.
I
I stopped on episode 1 of season 3.
I think like WandaVision and Loki are much better fan service Marvel products than Mandalorian is a fan service Star Wars
Is
product.
Mandalorian for the kids?
Your
kids like
there's a lot of killing in the show.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I
But
thought
in that life,
But I thought in my head, there's a lot. The Baby Yoda is for definitely under 10, but the killing isn't. But it is definitely, in my opinion, like the only reason a kid shouldn't watch is if they get bored or if the killing of aliens bothers you. So like when my kids were 6, 7, I would not have shown them, maybe even 8, I wouldn't have shown it to them.
I'm confused by this movie, though.
Yeah, the movie is definitely.
The trailer is purposely confusing.
It is, yes. Well, that's why I
all
started.
of the promotion has
After
been,
the last time they saw the trailer and they're like, we got to see that. I was like, no, because we got to watch all this show. We got to
I
watch
have no
the dumb
idea
book of
how.
Boba Fett.
I have no idea how important it is to see the show before you see this movie. I have
And it
no
I'm gonna
is.
guess
idea.
probably not.
It is.
Honestly.
Well, according to Pedro Pascal, like he's not, they have a 4th season listed. He's not making a 4th season. Like this is the capper of the series.
But
from
the
what I
movie
understand.
looks like a kid's movie.
Well,
it looks like
I don't know,
a silly fun
anytime
time with
that
Baby
We're
Grogu-
promoting it ahead of Super Mario.
Anytime that Baby Yoda is on screen, it is for a 7-year-old boy. Like literally, he's using the Force. He's doing silly stuff. But then when he's not on screen, like there's a lot of death, like a lot of like pretty intense death. And it's like a lot of backstabbing, double crossing.
Yeah.
And so my kids are very invested, more than I am. Like every day when they get home, usually it's like after dinner, I'm like, all right, get a shower. And if you're done brushing your teeth and everything before 7, we can watch a Mandalorian.
how
Like
long are those episodes?
they go anywhere from 30
45 to an hour.
No, there's 30. A lot of them are 30 to 33 minutes.
Oh, great. It's
But
been a while.
The
That's great.
longest one we've watched so far out of the 6 has been 45. But they like my kids are very in.
Do you think maybe that might be why they're into it though? It's longer episodes than they're used to.
Maybe.
Like they feel like they're pulling one over on old dad.
All I know is
We're
that
actually watching
I
2
was worried they
episodes?
would be bored, but they are
Sure.
definitely not
Okay,
bored.
good.
So
The show isn't boring. I mean,
yes.
maybe season
The
3.
I will
trailer's
say,
very
and
confusing.
Lisa says in the chat, it's Grogu, not Baby Yoda. And I appreciate that, Lisa. And I fought that battle for 2 whole weeks. And I'm not fighting it anymore because they don't call him
Yeah.
Grogu till season 2. And I just can't, it's uphill.
Lisa, tell that
Yeah.
to any kid.
Literally,
Good freaking
literally
luck.
print the legend. At this point, print the legend. I just am like, I just kept going, guys, it's not Baby Yoda. And they kept looking at me like I was stupid. And finally I was like, you know what, I am.
Yeah.
It is Baby
Also, to
Yoda.
be fair,
Also, as
I
somebody who-
understand that.
I didn't know. I had not seen the show.
Yeah.
I thought he was Baby Yoda.
Well,
And so-
he was Baby Yoda for.
They don't
in
call
the
him.
zeitgeist
They
for
call
2 years.
him the child until
Yeah.
season 3. I
It's
think.
not on the children
So
that
when-
they call him Baby Yoda.
No.
when the title popped up and it said Grogu, my kids were like, "Well, what's that?" And
Who's
I'm like, I
Grogu?
got to be honest with you, I don't
Yeah.
know, guys.
Yeah.
I'm as taken aback by this as you are.
It's one of those shows. I don't think this ever watching Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's one of those shows that it's like, man, we are so lucky that all of these aliens speak English. You know, it's one of those
Fortuitous.
shows where they go so many places.
That
It's
is
like
nice. That is nice.
it's great, but it has like Bill Burr shows up for 4 episodes, and like just like a lot of random people show up for comedic effect in this show.
Yeah.
Carl
I know.
Weathers, may he rest. He's
Carl
great.
Weathers is great.
I know we are a bit up against it, but I will say we got big news this week. Dan and I both got the save the dates.
We did?
Which is exciting. It means that
That's
we're
right. Invited to the wedding.
Invited, and so that's
Yes.
exciting. And
Can I tell you my full story? I'd love to tell you this on air, Rye Guy, because I didn't text you afterwards like I said I would. This is great. We have a lunch with the boys around here.
LWTB.
Yeah, BrambleJamPlus.com at the All Access tier. We hang out with all of those subscribers once a month for an hour just to hang out. Ask us anything. We have guests sometimes. It's a lot of fun. And we were, Elizabeth, I believe, brought up Ryan's wedding. And I was like, yeah, I don't know when it is yet. And at the point of this conversation, the save the date card is in my mailbox.
Yeah.
But she, living in Connecticut, already got her save the date card. And she was like, you don't know when it is? I was like, no, I have no idea. And she was like, he already released that information. And I was like, it's news to me. So we ended up talking about you and your wedding and our plans for that for a solid 10 minutes. And I was like, I'm going to text him afterwards. And then I get home, my save the date's in the mail.
There it is.
Just like that. It's there. And you guys are, of course, as we know, getting married on a Thursday at 4:30 at the beach.
So hope you guys can swing it.
I that was the part I was like, what?
do you hope we can swing it, or do you hope we can't swing it?
Be
'Cause-
honest.
No, I mean, I really genuinely
Well,
hope
that
you can be
people
there.
typically they get married in the middle of the day on a Thursday. Hope people
That's
can't
right.
make
This
it.
was like in Everybody Loves Raymond, where they do the fake wedding invitation by accident.
This is
Well,
I hope you
attire
can't
optional.
come, but still send me a gift.
We went back and forth on Thursday a lot. Ultimately, the venue that we liked by a mile the most. It wasn't even like we did Thursday to save money. I'll be transparent. It's all they had. Like, and
So
it's
money's
like,
not an
so it was-
object.
No
Yeah.
money's no object. It's
and
Not for right
so
guy.
it-
He's
yeah,
been
you know
saving
me.
money. He hasn't been going on
That's
eBay.
right. That's right.
Guys, I mean, Brand, wait till I send you my Discover from this month. It's
Oh,
gonna look,
boy.
it's nuts what
Oh,
I'm
boy.
doing.
Can't wait.
But yeah, I mean, it was, we went back and forth, but we kind of landed on like, anyone who's going to really want to be there will be able to make
Can
it. And no worries if you can't.
I'll tell
know?
you this. I prefer it. For us to go to Connecticut, personally, I would much prefer go up during the week and still get to hang out with my whole family all weekend long. For me,
Yeah.
that is preferred. Like if we can figure out how to record everything here, like I go up Tuesday, I eat pizza, I do a pizza
Hey,
tour.
listen, I'll have a couple things going on, but I'm sure I can squeeze a record or two in the day before my wedding.
I love it. A live Marvel
I
Monday
don't think Alyssa
recorded.
would mind. Oh, we can do it at the wedding.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it at
nice.
the reception.
Now
I think
you're
that'll be good.
you're promising some stuff. Now you're doing it.
Let's do an episode,
wanna,
live
like,
episode at the reception.
Yeah, all right,
on the
let's look-
beach.
Strong, outdoor.
Today we're going to be ranking 90s kits here at the reception. It's an all play. Everybody loves these
Everybody
episodes.
get in here. Yeah.
All right, today we're talking Spider-Man Homecoming. It originally came out at the TCL Chinese Theater. That's when it
Yeah.
got branded.
Yep.
A little corporate sponsorship of the
They
Chinese
need more
theater.
merch. I went there last year. They don't have it. I wanted a Chinese theater
Is it
shirt
still
or hat.
TCL? TCL
Yes.
still the
It's still
corporate
TCL.
sponsor?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. June 28th, 2017. Did not have to wait long, though, because everybody else got it July 7th. Sometimes you got like a whole month, and this is just a little week, so not too bad. 2017, and it went a little something like this. We opened in the aftermath of the battle that happened, New York City,
Yes, you know the one.
where
The battle that happened.
way back
Lost
when,
a lot of good men.
where this guy Adrian Toomes, he's just an honest blue collar fella.
Blue collar fella.
Who got a gig. He's going to be cleaning up all the alien junk that was left behind. He's trying to make an honest living.
Yeah, man.
That's all he's trying to do. Until Tony Stark and the government swoop in and say, actually, we've got this.
Government.
So naturally, Toomes is like, you know what? Cool. I'll pull some of this stuff to the side, and maybe I become a black market arms dealer of alien tech. Maybe.
Okay. I mean, maybe it goes there. Maybe it doesn't.
Maybe-
We'll see what
let's-
happens.
let's
We'll
see
see
what-
where it goes.
Cut to what they say is 8 years later. Oh, crazy. And we've got your friendly neighborhood teenager, Peter Parker, fresh off of his little Avengers internship at the Civil War. Maybe you heard of it. And Peter ditches normal high school activities to focus on being Spider-Man fighting the crime in New York City. And one night he comes across some crazy weapons with tech that he's never seen before. And with Tony being MIA,
take it to the house.
He tells his best friend Ned that he is Spider-Man, and Ned becomes his man in the chair and guy in the chair, boy in the chair, whatever you want to call him, to help him figure this situation out. Toomes, bad news, Dan. It happened the way that I thought it might. He is selling the alien tech, creating these crazy, dangerous weapons, and he also decided, I'm going to become a bad guy. I'm going to be the Vulture. So that's what we need to know. Peter stumbles upon this whole operation and gets into a whole fight. He almost drowns. He gets yelled at by Tony Stark. And even after that happens, he decides, you know what? I'm gonna fix this myself. Because he finds out where this alien tech is heading. What are they going to be doing? They're going to be going to DC. Well, luckily for him, he has a little field trip coming up to DC. So he goes along mainly just so that he can follow the weapons. As he ends up getting trapped in a storage area overnight, he finds out that a piece of tech that Ned has is actually a bomb. And so when he finally gets out of that area, he rushes to the Washington Monument where the rest of the kids are to save his friends. Back in New York City, he finds that the weapons dealer is going to be on the Staten Island ferry. This turns into an absolute disaster, and Tony Stark shows up and takes his suit away. This is honestly the worst thing that you can do. It's like the equivalent of like being superhero grounded. It's like you're grounded. Give me your suit and go to your room. He tries to go back to being a normal kid. He even asks out his crush Liz to Homecoming. That's the name of Spider-Man Homecoming. That's what it's talking about. Which is, nice and cute, until he shows up at her house to pick her up and realizes that her dad is the Vulture.
Boom, boom.
And it doesn't take long for him to realize that Peter is Spider-Man. So he gives Peter... I'm sorry, I didn't pause. Peter is Spider-Man.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thank you. He gives Peter a very calm yet terrifying threat, and goes to do his big heist that he's planning on doing, which is to steal all of the Avengers stuff that's being transported from old Avengers Tower to new Avengers Tower. Peter decides he's going to ditch the dance. He's going to try to stop the heist, but he only has his homemade suit available. He ends up getting buried under rubble. But he has this whole I am Spider-Man. It's not the suit, it's me. And he decides, I'm going to go and I'm going to stop this plane from being stolen, which leads to a giant showdown on the beach. Vulture's suit ends up exploding. Peter saves him anyway, because that's just the type of guy he is. Toomes ends up going to jail. Liz has to move away. And Tony offers Peter a full-time Avengers job as a thank you for his service, which Peter turns down because he thinks it's still time for him to just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The movie ends with Peter getting his suit back just in time for May to find out that he's Spider-Man. And that, my friends, was
Spider-Man Homecoming. We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Hi, everybody. We're back. We're talking Spider-Man Homecoming today on Marvel Monday. What are we, halfway through this journey?
Halfway
there.
Thank
Something
you.
like
nice
that.
It is 16. No, not halfway. 16. We got, in 2 more, we'll be roughly halfway.
Oh, okay. I was
Got a
about
ways
to
to
say,
go.
wait, we're not halfway.
We're not halfway yet. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's okay. That didn't bring me down at all.
37. Yeah, we actually need to watch 3 more to be over halfway after this
37.
one. Yeah.
All right, let's get to Spider-Man Homecoming. Let's share our thoughts on this movie. The hot take, I'll start with you, Rye Guy. What do you think of this Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, well, I think I speak for all of us when I say I'm really glad that, as I'm sure Dan will tell you more about in a minute, that Marvel and Sony worked all of this out.
Yeah, man.
For anyone who isn't familiar, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man from a really poorly made deal a long, long time ago, and they basically were keeping him hostage. And eventually, over time, after Civil War, the movie, not the event.
In 1867, Sony finally was like, you can make a movie with Spider-Man.
Yeah, so we worked all this out, and the MCU is better for it. There has been among Marvel diehards, Marvel discords, literally and figuratively, there are people, I think, over the years who have said that this trilogy of Spider-Man films is overhyped and overpraised and overrated. I'm not one of those people. I think these movies are very fun. Specifically to this movie, I think it's a blast. I think the action set pieces are really cool. I think Michael Keaton rules. I think Tom Holland is a revelation. I think it's wild that Zendaya is like 7th on the call sheet. Like, the casting is excellent. It's super fun. I think especially the way they bridge the gap for Tom Holland, for Spidey, from Civil War to this, the way they do that with the homemade movie is very, very cool. There's very little to dislike about this movie. I would say it's thin on plot for the first hour. If you want me to be like real hypercritical, there's a lot of cool things happen. The fairy set piece, the DC stuff, but none of that really, it's all kind of just to the general point of like, nobody knows who Spidey is. But to be fair, this movie completely, after Civil War, I think probably a lot of people thought, oh, well, they'll do at least some type of origin flashback in the Spidey standalone film. That has never happened in these MCU films. I'm going to guess at this point, if it hasn't happened yet, we'll find out in July. It's probably never going to happen. So they do skip a lot. And I mean that in a good way. So if they're kind of playing the hits for the first little bit of this, I think it's okay.
Okay.
The twist with Michael Keaton got me then. I still think it's very fun now. And yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. I like the movie. I don't really have anything negative to say. I will say it's going to look higher in my rankings right now than it actually will finish. And I also would say that off my memory, this is my least favorite of the 3 Spider-Man films.
Oh, that's a huge take.
Yeah, I think
God, the London one with Mysterio?
I really enjoyed that movie.
That movie sucks.
I'm looking forward to it. Jiminy Crickets. So right now, I have this 5th overall. I think it will finish a lot lower, but I have it 5th right now, Brad.
Okay. What's ahead of it?
Ahead of it, off the top of my head, is Iron Man 4, 4th, not Iron Man 4, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 3, Winter Soldier.
What is happening? Can you just say the names from 1 to 5 without saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, please?
Oh, sure.
Starting with 1? Let's start with 1.
That might be more effective. Yeah. No, let's keep doing it the way I was doing it. So Iron Man 4,
Iron Man 5 4, 1, Galaxy 3.
All right,
4.
so I can do it. I got it. I don't
Guardians
even need Letterbox.
1.
This
2,
is how much I care about my craft. I got it. Ready? I'm ready to do it. All right. The best Marvel movie right now, in my opinion, is Civil War, and then Winter Soldier, and then Guardians of the Galaxy #1, and then Iron Man #1, and then Spider-Man #1.
Great.
That's my top 5.
That's how you do it.
A lot of number 1.
Here's how I was going to say it. I was going to say Spider-Man 1 5, Iron Man 1 4. Do you guys get it?
I get it.
But you could see how we would maybe.
It was it was a lot of numbers.
You guys coming to my wedding, or
dude?
You didn't say Iron Man 1 4. You said Iron Man 4. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 3.
You weren't breaking it up that way. You did say Guardians of the Galaxy 1 3.
I don't remember it that way. But...
You were like Peyton Manning calling an audible in a huddle.
Omaha.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 3. Iron Man 4.
I think I nailed that, Brand.
Okay.
I'll kick it to you.
This is Spider-Man's the only superhero that I care about. He's the only one that means anything to me. These are the only movies that I get excited about seeing in the theater. When it comes to superhero movies and Spider-Man movies, I love them. I don't care if it's Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. I don't care. I'm here for all of them. And I just think that he's just the most fun. And, maybe it's because he's a kid. He's just a kid. He's just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's in over his head a good bit. He's snarky. I love Spider-Man. And I love this movie. So it's hard for me. It is hard for me to put that the bias that I have for Spider-Man, because I'm always going to enjoy a Spider-Man movie more than most any other superhero movie. It's just the most fun. But somebody has to do it, and so why not me? Why not now? Why not this long into the show? of doing this podcast to like try to be critical. I can't be critical. I do love this movie. I think it's fantastic. I don't think it's the best movie that we've watched so far. And in fact, I shocked myself by not putting it in the top 5.
Wow.
I have it at 6.
Wow.
So I have Spider-Man at 6, Doctor Strange at 5, Guardians at 4, Volume 1, Avengers 3, Captain America, Winter Soldier at 2, Iron Man at 1. That's
so wait,
what
Avengers
I have.
3 is when you say Avengers 3, what do you mean?
No one calls it Avengers 3.
Can you repeat that?
Just the Avengers is what I'm talking about.
Avengers 3. We haven't even watched it yet.
Seems like you're
So that's
jumping
what I
the gun
have.
there.
And it is what it is. Because it's like, this is.
You have this movie lower than Rye Guy.
I do.
That is like, of all the possibilities, of all of the ways this could have gone.
To be fair though, Bran,
I think
it's not like you're taking like a hardline stance. You have it 6.
Yeah,
That's
but
pretty good.
but I'm shocked in myself.
I'm shocked at
Because
yourself.
I'm
shocked at yourself, too.
I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I think that this is an absolutely, this is a blast of a movie. But I do think that those other 5 movies are better movies overall. And they're also a good time. So that helps too. So that's where I have it, Dan.
Yeah, upon a third watch of this movie, I have it higher than Bran does. So I didn't see that coming in any universe at all.
Well.
This movie's excellent.
Multiverse.
It's an excellent film on a number of levels. Number one, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man with a friendly neighborhood villain. That's awesome. They didn't bring in Doc Ock or Green Goblin or some other weird masked thing. They brought in Michael Keaton, who crushes a role as this very a villain with an actual reason to be a villain. Now, I think the ultimate version of this might be next week or 2 weeks from now when we get to Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger. But this villain has a reason to exist and has a reason to be mad. And his motivations, while not always amazing, are a lot of times justified. Also, this movie is the anti-Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 spends most of its runtime with James Gunn shooting from the hip and just going crazy with color and sound and characters and weird. This movie works. I don't let my kids watch these movies out of order. I let them watch this movie. They've not watched all the ones previous because this movie works on its own. Even with all the baggage of the Avengers and Civil War, this movie just works as a Spider-Man movie. It can all take place right there in New York City. Tom Holland's learning what it's to be, or Peter Parker's learning what it's like to be Spider-Man. He's facing challenges. He's got a girl that he likes. He's got a local villain that is way too small for the Avengers to care about. It all works. It also ties in completely to the bigger picture so perfectly. Why he's on Tony Stark's side, why he's necessary, why he cares, why he decides not to be an Avenger yet, why Iron Man is the perfect figure to help him. All of these are great choices. And last but not least, the reason this movie absolutely soars is Tom Holland. Guys, Spider-Man is not my favorite superhero. In fact, I'm kind of the anti-Bran on this. I don't hate Spider-Man. I just think Spider-Man is the superhero with the lowest floor. It's hard to make a bad Spider-Man movie because he is the
best.
He's for kids, teenage character,
That's right.
Flawed. You know he's going to take some punches. You know he's not going to do it all right. You know he's going to have some existential struggle about who he is and where he fits in, and he's not popular. And so he's very relatable. He just happens to get bitten by a spider. So even the Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, all of these movies are entertaining. Even Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, a trash movie, still entertaining, right? There's a very high floor for these movies. Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man for the biggest audience. So there's some people who are Tobey Maguire fans, there's some people who are Andrew Garfield fans. Tom Holland's the biggest all play of all of them. He does not feel like he's an out of character, outcast, miscast, teenager. He feels like a teenager who is just can't believe that he got these powers. So you add up the really intimate setting with a villain that makes sense and a neighborhood Spider-Man with a story that works on a bigger picture, and then the performances of Holland and Michael Keaton. This movie's better than I remember it. And I will admit if I'm wrong, miles better. This movie can't even see the second Spider-Man from where it is. The Jake Gyllenhaal, whom I love, Mysterio Spider-Man is an embarrassment of a movie.
remember
It's so bad. And I will, if I'm wrong, I will tell you I'm wrong because I was wrong about Age of Ultron, and I admitted that. This movie's top 5 for me, and I had to think about it long and hard when it came to Doctor Strange and Winter Soldier. There was a world where this was 3 for me. I go from 1 to 5, Iron Man, Avengers, Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming. That's how you do that, guys. You take numbers out of it. It's not hard.
That's what I did.
You were saying
Avengers 3.
You said Avengers 3. You take numbers out of it.
No,
we record the shows. You were using numbers.
I said the number first every time.
But I said take numbers out of it altogether.
He got numbers out of it.
Do you hear that I didn't say
so
a single
embarrassing.
number?
Oh my God,
here's mine top to bottom. Iron Man,
even look at
Avengers,
you.
Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man Homecoming. I didn't say any numbers.
I understand, and I said it. I did say numbers,
You
and I
did.
said it correctly.
I said
Both are true. The only one who's wrong here is Rye Guy.
No, Bran, you're wrong. You're embarrassing us.
this is tough. Ryan's trying to get you in his camp, and you're not. But my whole thing was I didn't use any. You take numbers out of it entirely.
I think the
gotta
numbers
get
are
rid of the
important.
You said
numbers.
that's what I did. And
gotta
that's
get
not
rid
what you
of them,
did.
Brand.
You
No,
that's not
definitely
what I
used
did.
numbers.
No,
Okay.
I did use numbers.
Okay.
Stop
I
doing
still did it.
that.
I still did it correctly.
Yours was most confusing, right, guys?
Oh
There's
my
no way around it.
God, I'm just so sorry about Bran, everybody. God, this guy.
It's so embarrassing.
Oh my God.
We'll see you at the beach on a Thursday afternoon.
See you then.
It's time for all the feels. Right, Guy.
Yeah, shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow, who reportedly not only has no recollection of being in this film, which is kind of fair. It's a quick cameo at the end. So that's fair. But she also apparently, reportedly, has no idea that Tom Holland is Spider-Man, which is a little less excusable because she's in several movies with him as
What?
Spider-Man. And also, you just have to, open the internet. And you
Dude,
would know
I
that.
love her.
So,
I heard her on Amy Poehler's podcast, and I was like,
Yeah.
no one has a more level head about what she is and who she is than she does. And it's I believe her. I believe that she doesn't know who Tom Holland.
yeah,
Tom
no,
Holland's Spider-Man.
I'm not saying my feels are bad. I think it's great and
fantastic.
hilarious, but totally excusable to not remember being in this film. She's in it for 10 seconds, but not knowing Tom Holland is Spider-Man is
Listen, she's
objectively
curating
hilarious.
the Gloop holiday gift guide and
Shout out.
whatnot. It's
Yeah.
There's
Shout
totally relatable things that are relatable to normal people.
Super relatable.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
But, you said it. You said it, right, Guy? But when he walks in to pick her up, or when he realizes that Liz's dad is the bad guy,
Great moment.
great moment, so good.
Didn't see it coming.
And on
Yep.
this-
Neither.
And then his speech to Peter in the car, is fantastic. All of that is so good. I love that. Dana?
Yeah, so the moment of this movie for me is Iron Man 3 is a movie that I love a lot more than I think you liked it.
Is that Iron Man or is that
Iron Man 3?
So is that the third?
It's
the
the
third
third
Iron Man,
Iron
or do you
Man.
have
Third
Iron
Iron
Man?
Man.
th-
I
Iron
think
Man
we
3.
should stop using
It's the
numbers,
name
Dan.
of
Don't
the
you agree,
movie.
Brand?
It's
I
the
think you should
name
stop.
I
of the
think you should
movie.
stop using numbers.
You guys are stupid. It's the name of the movie. Iron Man 3, I think higher than everyone else did.
I have it 7. I have
No,
it
I have
right
it
I
back.
have it very low.
So you have it one ahead of me.
Aha.
I think Iron Man 3 is a really great movie. At the end of Iron Man 3, the 3-movie arc of Tony Stark, no rhyme intended, what is that he learns, it's a full, caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly situation where he can destroy all of his suits. And he actually learns and says something akin to, if I'm nothing without the suit, then I'm nothing with it. And then to take that lesson, the big thing of Iron Man 3, and to allow him to go to Peter Parker, who is a much more good-hearted dude than Tony Stark is in his origin story, and to make him realize, and he says the line to Peter Parker, if you're nothing without the suit, then you shouldn't have it. What a great connection point for two superheroes in this universe. That's called world building. That's called using really good filmmaking to build a story and to build a universe bigger than this movie. Great job, all involved.
They do that in D2 and D3, and you guys didn't like it.
That's
much.
so true.
Yeah, because that's similar.
Does she know who Tom Holland is?
I'm sure now.
I think she's aware of Tom Holland's existence.
Well,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know,
how
5
you-
years off of acting.
Yeah,
She just
I
doesn't.
but I don't know how you know who Tom Holland is without knowing that he's Spider-Man. Is that how? When they said, "Hey, how do you think Tom's doing?" Is that how she found out that boy exists?
Maybe I don't know that information. I bet she just was like, "What? He's Spider-Man?
What?
So I don't know.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the what a Marvel here
What a
on
Marvel.
Deck
Deck
the
the
Hallmark. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking about Spider-Man: Homecoming. Some might call it Spider-Man 1. Some might say 1 Spider-Man. We're going to go with the way
No one is saying 1 Spider-Man.
Well, unless it's your number 1 movie overall.
2 Spider-Man, that's the whole ball game.
Let's get to the way what. I'll start with you, Rye Guy. What in this movie made you go with what?
Well, first I made myself say, wait, what? Because when I titled this movie in my notes, I called it Brand New Home, which is combining the new name of the one coming out.
That's a new TLC show. They're trying
Yeah, and I thought it
Spider-Man
really made me laugh. But it wouldn't be a bad name for a movie.
No.
When does he eat the sandwich that he gets from the deli at the beginning of the movie? He goes to the deli.
What a terrible wait what. What a terrible wait what. All time bad.
Like, when does he eat it? He can't.
When do
It's a
people
cold-
eat food? When do
It's a
people
cold
eat
cut.
it?
He puts it in his bag. What are you doing?
Yeah.
If he got oil and vinegar on it. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
gotta chop
He
that.
ordered that sub like he'd done it before, and then he didn't eat it right away. Which with a sub, a cold cut with oil and vinegar on it. You're right about that.
Thank
but
you.
I still think it's a pretty terrible.
No.
I
love
put
it.
it in the wait what segment of the show. There also must be that same sequence. There must be a better and safer place to strip naked and put your suit on.
Gotta
than
be.
This alleyway where
Gotta
the
be.
door is open.
Yeah.
Like, he's a kid. He'll learn. But was Karen not a thing yet when this movie comes out? He names her Karen. Was that like
I don't think it was.
That's crazy that
Yeah.
Karen is.
This movie's like a decade old almost,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
wild.
yeah.
The set piece where Iron Man ultimately swoops in with the fairy and saves the day
Oh,
is very,
yeah.
very cool. Very, very cool. So this is not me pooping on it, but the reconstruction of the fairy, how Spidey's trying to do it, doesn't really make sense. I don't think that's how physics work. I don't think that you can rip fairy in half and then just use webbing brand to put it back together.
Well, we'll try it. We'll try it and we'll
See
get
what
back to you.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. This
We'll
movie
do
says
small
it's
scale
possible.
Take it to the lab.
test. We'll do a small scale test, like Mythbusters.
Right. And then I'll be honest, the post-credit scene with Vulture with Michael Keaton begins the streak. It's not an exact streak. There will be a few more that matter, but let's landmark this now. This really begins the trend of these post-credit scenes never really coming up again.
Yeah.
As of right now, who knows? Maybe we'll find out in the summer that I'm wrong about this. As of right now, we've never seen Michael Keaton's character again.
The one thing I will say about that is it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It was not necessary, but it does put a cap on. He knows who Spider-Man is, and he has integrity because Spider-Man saved his daughter's life, and so you don't have to worry. It at least adds to the character in the story more than the Guardians 2
Well, yeah.
credit.
Well, but also
scenes
some
are
of the ones
just-
coming up just are literal dead end
Yeah,
plot
nothing.
devices. But you
Yeah.
would agree that post-credit scene implies that we will see Vulture again at some point.
It does imply that he's.
But they never put that text on the screen, and I think that's
Vulture
important.
will be there in Doomsday.
Will
right. You're right.
return.
Yeah, you're right. Brand, when you're right, you're right. That's it for me.
Guys, I was really thrown off by the 8 years later. I don't know like the timeline of events, but like the battle in New York City in Avengers.
That's right.
Avengers 1.
This is the
Avengers
the
Redacted.
time between Avengers and Captain America Civil War is 8 years.
Not Civil War.
Well, but this is right after Civil War.
Do we know
Yeah.
it's the next day, or do we see that video of Civil War and then
They say 8 years later, and then they do the tape.
then they show the tape of his tape?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like I had no problem believing that Spider-Man is 8 years after the Avengers.
I just
the
had no
movies
idea.
are 5 years apart.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it's a little
that's
bit.
why
I don't
crazy.
think- Right, but I don't think the MCU has ever said that the movies are taking place in the years in which
That's
they are
right.
theatrically
Correct.
released.
Correct.
Yeah. I just it threw me off. I
Huh.
was like 8 years
Interesting.
later. No one else had the thought.
No, the reason that I actually thought it was brilliant is because seeing this movie again, when you realize that his daughter, he sees the picture of the drawing that she makes. And so if you're watching carefully, they're doing 8 years to make sure you know that a 5 to 7 year old would draw this, or a 6 to 8 year old would
Sure.
draw this. And then now she's 16. That was a plant. If it's 5 years later, that doesn't work. I
Totally.
didn't think about it.
No, I just had no idea that that's because of how long the movies have got. Like, it's weird to
And we're watching them one a week.
Right.
Yeah.
But in
But
real,
to be fair to you
but
too,
in
Brand,
real
they're
life,
releasing 3 a year.
if
Yep.
you're
Yeah.
watching it as it comes out, hey, I watched that movie. What did you say, 5 years ago? That's weird. That would confuse.
Yeah, I
you.
didn't clock it. I mean, I don't disagree. Like, I see how you got there. It just never was weird to me.
I think
you
stuff
know.
like that's always confusing. Like, you know,
When did he eat the sub, though, Brandon?
But
That's
my thing is like they never really.
well, that's the better question.
They've never really made any point to tell us about time to begin with. So to let this be the thing where it's like, hey, just to let you know, this is 8 years.
Well, I think what's crazy is a lot of times they do this thing where they reference the thing that happened in a previous movie. And they do that here, but they've painted themselves in the corner. And so they had to give us 8 years or the movie doesn't make sense.
Sure.
So they did. Because they're like, hey, is there anything that we can't? There's nothing in the rules that says a dog can't play basketball. There's no way.
We can say
There's
8.
no way
we
that
can
they-
say 8.
Yeah, let's say 8. Say 8.
Let's say 8. You would think that Tony Stark would get a notification if a tracker in a suit that he created had been turned off.
Dude, this is the biggest one of the movie.
You would think they'd be like, hey, we're no longer getting tracking updates
Yes.
from Peter.
I'll go one
argue.
further. Not only did he turn his tracker off and they didn't get a notification, then he turns the training wheels off.
Yeah.
They don't get a notification. Then he changes all the settings. They don't get a notification. Tony Stark, the guy who's big government oversight now, has created a suit that has modifications on it, and they're modifying his every move. But when he changes a setting, they don't know about it.
Yeah.
That is insanely bad writing.
To be fair, they're still using Skype though.
They
Still
are
using
still
Skype.
using Skype.
We were too.
Yeah.
You know?
And I just like, and then as good as the speech was from Tony Stark, he shows up and he's mad at Peter for throwing off the FBI investigation that he had been working on. But like, here's the thing, like Peter's tried to call you guys and tell you about
so
the
many
tech.
times. So many times.
And he's left messages. Like you can't get mad at Peter here.
Yeah.
Like he tried. How literally maybe clue him in. Hey, Happy, has anybody called in about the tech? Oh, Peter has? Maybe we should give him the heads up that we're on the case.
Yeah.
Instead of getting mad at the kid.
When they go to DC in this movie and he starts messing with the suit, that's the one thing in this movie that dropped it to 5 for me is that entire line, which is a huge part of this movie.
Yeah, we turn off the tracking.
Is-
And it made a really cool design down the suit.
Yeah.
Like it's something that they've planned for.
What if they
do want it to look
had
cool if you
taken
turn
the
off the
tracking device out?
We want to look cool if you do it.
Yeah, it should look cool. I mean, we don't want you to take it out, but it should look
But it should
real
look cool
BA.
if you
You know what I mean?
gotta at least
I mean,
look good.
it would have made more sense if they'd taken a tracking device out and given it the dude who then takes it to the actual academic thing or whatever.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense than what they did, which is he just turned it off and nobody knows in Avengers headquarters. I just am worried at that point that maybe the Avengers aren't doing a great job. At least he looks cool. That's exactly right.
They want
Yeah.
it both ways in this movie, which is like, hey, even though Happy's busy and Tony's busy, there's still always, we know what Peter's up to, but then also, no, we don't know what Peter's up to at all. And so it's interesting. My last one is, I guess this homemade sweatsuit Spider-Man suit is fireproof because he just walks straight through that fire in his homemade suit, and that's just good for
Good
him.
stuff. Yeah, he's a smart dude.
He's a smart dude. You should get one of those just in case. I know
should
you
get
love.
one.
I know you love sweatsuits.
Yeah.
Rye guy, and
You want me to get the flammable Spidey
wearing
one?
them
Formal
to dinners
dinners,
and whatnot.
That's where
And
you
so you should just wear them that way. You're fireproof.
In case a fire breaks out.
In case a fire breaks
or
out.
in case you get fired.
Yeah.
You
All
can be
right.
like, I can't because I'm
All
fireproof.
right, so let's do this. Sweatsuit 5, 4.
Dude, I saw Sweatsuit 5. It's the best of the quintilogy.
Dude, they're
yes,
oh, I almost said they're great.
they are. They're all great.
They're all great.
They're all great.
Dano?
I only have a couple more because that was a big one for me, but they both revolve around the Vulture, Michael Keaton's character. The first is they don't, if I have a criticism of the Michael Keaton Vulture is they don't know how big a bad to make him. They do this thing where he just murders a dude in cold blood in this movie to like cement that he's a really bad guy. But after he shoots him, he looks over at his crony and he goes, "I thought you had it on a different setting or something," right? What's the line he says?
It's like, a joke, but he's like, he thought he was just gonna like make him float or something.
And so it's
like, I thought the stun was on.
That's right. Yeah. And so it's like, we want Michael Keaton to be a relatable father who's a loving father, and just because of the events of the Avengers, he's been put out and he's trying to make ends meet. But also we need you to know that he can kill people, but also he didn't kill them on purpose. And then later he threatens to kill people and you just don't believe it. And so I would have been fine if they had just not had him kill anybody. Like I didn't think they needed it. And I thought they tried to kind of have their cake and eat it too there. But my bigger problem with Vulture is he is portrayed as a loving father who sees that his daughter is almost died. Really should have died. In fact, based upon a news report on national television, this girl on the news should have died if it wasn't for Spider-Man. And they all come home on a bus. All of these kids that were within an inch of their life, and all of their parents are there. All of them, except for the Vulture. Now, he's not there because we can't know that twist yet. You're telling me this dad's not showing up to see his girl, and then like, just not, you almost died, I'll let mom take that one. Can you imagine knowing your kid almost died in Washington, D.C. and not being at the nearest possible place to see them immediately?
Yeah, well, I got to make weapons for Donald Glover. So
yeah, nothing I can do.
Gambino's going to be mad.
Yeah. It's midnight. I can't see my daughter. That was crazy to me. So that's all I got.
It's time for What a Marvel.
What a Marvel.
Right, Guy? What's your Marvel?
Yeah, Donald Glover never appears again in the MCU. And there was another hubbub leading up to this movie. Donald Glover very famously wanted to play Spider-Man. There was a campaign. I don't know how close it got, but it at least had like entered the atmosphere.
There was buzz. There was
buzz. And so they give him this role, which I believe is in the comics, the character of Prowler.
So this is mine too. But go ahead.
Okay, well, and I might be a little off on some of these details. I believe that this is when he references in his one scene with Tom Holland. He says, "My nephew lives around
correct.
here." I believe his
Miles.
nephew is Miles Morales.
Yes. He is.
Now, whether or not it's supposed to be the literal Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse, yeah, I mean, that's definitely the same character. I don't know if they want us to think that this movie. I mean,
that's a Sony product. They're not related to that.
Yeah, but at the same time, the way they do Into the Spider-Verse, you actually could make the argument with how the multiverse works and doesn't make any sense that it is literally.
But doesn't Donald give voice to a Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse movies?
I believe in the second one.
Yeah.
Yes, I could be wrong on that.
I'm sure there's no connection.
I would all that to say, and so Dan, honestly, I think we're probably making two different points. We never see this version of Donald Glover playing the Prowler in the MCU again yet. Feels like it probably won't happen at this point. Would still love to see him show up.
Hey,
and I would still love
they kept it under wraps that he was voicing Yoshi for a long time. So let's say, it could happen. He could be coming up in this Spider-Man 4. It could be happening.
I've got some news. In Across the Spider-Verse, Donald Glover plays an alternate version of Aaron Davis, the same character he plays in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. So
interesting.
So I don't know if we'll ever see him in physical form.
So he doesn't do a Spider-Man
again.
voice in the movie?
Not according to a quick Google search. Now, so mine is also this. The idea that they bring in Aaron Davis in this movie, who is Miles Morales' uncle, who is the Prowler, is fascinating. And also, if you watch it with two certain twin 9-year-old boys that are Thompsons that are mine, they're watching this movie, and he says his name, Aaron Davis. I was like, hey, that sounds familiar. And then he says, my nephew something, and one of my kids looks at the other one and goes, that's Miles. And they both went, oh, they stood up and they were screaming at the TV. They couldn't believe what was going on. What a cool moment for my boys, because they adore Miles Morales and they know that story better than any other. And then this character, like, to be in this movie, my What a Marvel is that they did it and then they don't do anything else with it. And I know that there's some problems with getting Miles. There's some issues there. It's not just like
legal mumbo jumbo.
That's right. Yeah. There's not just the MCU doesn't want to include Miles. I believe that there are a lot of things happening that are, because the latest thing is they want Caleb McLaughlin from Netflix.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Yeah, Netflix is the big thing that shows Stranger Things.
Caleb from Netflix.
Hi, I'm 80.
I'm on the show called
It's
Netflix.
the one guy from Netflix.
It's Caleb from
the
Netflix.
Netflix. You get it. They want him to be Miles Morales. Whatever the case may be, what a marvel is that they got Donald Glover to be Aaron Davis in multiple properties for Disney and Sony, and then have not really moved forward with this. And I would be fascinated to see what happens in the future, because the older Donald Glover gets, the better Aaron Davis he becomes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not bad. You know what I mean? If they wait on this, Donald Glover, he can't be older than me. Like, he's got to be.
He's in his early 40s now, I think.
Oh, really? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, he's my age, almost to the day. He's 6 weeks younger than me. He is, the older he gets, the better Aaron Davis he becomes. Like, if they finally get Miles in 5 years, he's a 47-year-old Prowler is perfect. It's a perfect.
But who knows if the next Spider-Verse movie is even going to be out in 5 years.
Listen, I don't want to talk about it.
Try the next Spider-Verse movie or GTA 6, am I right?
Dude,
no cap.
Try to explain that to two youngsters who've been waiting forever for that movie, that it just isn't coming out yet. They don't get it. No. They don't understand. And now that they put a hard date on it, June 27th, they are like,
next year?
No, this is the first. Yeah, next year, 27.
Sure.
They've locked it. They've like, this is it.
All right.
I'm serious.
Okay.
This is.
I know that you're serious.
I did this with the first one.
I know you're serious about them being serious.
The sequel, they moved the dates a ton too, and then when they finally locked this date in, they held to the date.
All right.
So we'll see. They actually moved it up. They moved it up.
Okay, well, that's encouraging.
June 18th, 2027.
There you go.
Fingers crossed.
Mine was also Glover, but only from I remember the buzz about him being Spider-Man, and I was just thinking that it's cool that he did. Like, it's cool he did this. Like, I'm not mad I didn't get the Spider-Man gig. This is cool. This is a cool way to kind of. I didn't connect any of those dots watching it. I was just like, from a fan perspective, as somebody who probably really loves these movies and loves his character, like, it's just cool to be involved in this project. And like, it's a little tip of the hat to the people who like caused a lot of buzz for him to potentially be a Spider-Man. So that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool that he did that.
What a marvel. What a Donald Glover.
What a marvel.
A triple what a marvel there.
Triple what a marvel.
That might be bringing a record there. A triple what a marvel for our Donald Glover.
That's true.
Send him an award.
All right, we did it, everybody.
We
We're
did
going to be back in 2 days, actually, Raga. You'll be back with us for another Way Home
On the
episode.
way
Sure.
home.
If you can believe it. So come on back for that. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray. And yeah, that Greenville, South Carolina. For more information on the show, go to deckthehallmark.com. Follow us on the socials at Deck the Hallmark. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. It helps other people find the podcast, and head on over to the best corner of the internet. Great Facebook community, live video watch-alongs, movie chats, ad-free podcasting, so much more. BrambleJamPlus.com.
God bless.